we're gonna do it ourselves. An army of global sisters to come together, because this is happening and this is getting shipped off. Your girl's writing a book. Okay, so let me just recollect. Decompress. Guys, I'm actually writing a book. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just take it back. I mean, you and me are writing a book. Okay, hold on, wait, still kind of wrong. You and me are creating an educational resource. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I have created a video, I don't know how to put it on the screen, but I'll find out, on period poverty, and it's something that I'm personally really passionate about. But I said one thing I ain't finna come on the internet and do. I said I am not finna come on the internet, talk about this issue and not do something about it. This is where this book that we are creating, this educational resource, comes in. I am absolutely 100% sure that I am not the only person that can get just a little bit, just a teeny really bit confused or frustrated when people are just constantly talking about a social justice issue without actually telling us what to do next, without any action or just doing something about it. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong in discussing social justice issues all the time. We need to raise awareness and just so that people can literally just exercise their right to freedom of speech. But sometimes I'm like, okay, cool, heard you, sis, but what are we gonna do about this thing? Like, what should we do? What can we do next? And this is basically why I am creating this educational resource. Period poverty, just for some context, period poverty is a really crappy global issue. One, lack of access to period products, lack of education, lack of knowledge about periods in general, how to manage them, the actual science and biology of them. And then the final thing is a lack of adequate facilities to manage periods. I look at this in the context of schools in Kenya in particular, and this is what I'm going to be basing my dissertation on, my master's dissertation on, in the next couple of months. So what we find a lot of the time is girls don't know anything about their menstrual cycles, their menstrual health, anything like that, because of the taboo, the stigma attached to periods back home. It goes so deep. There are so many myths as well, like, oh, if a girl starts her period, she is dirty, she is cursed, it's a curse from whoever and whatever. Just so many myths because they just don't have access to general knowledge, the actual science and biology behind periods. So this is the exciting part. In terms of what I want to do about this issue that is affecting our girls back home, I want at least 30 women to come together, an army of global sisters to come together and to write like a diary entry, personal account style entry of how their first period was. So all I need from you is to just detail your first period, how you felt, what was going through your mind, what did you feel, like not even just emotionally but like physically. I want this resource to encourage girls back home that it's like, it's okay, like we all go through this thing. I know that you've heard that it means you're dirty and it means you're cursed and all of these things, and you have questions, and you have so many questions because you're unable to speak to anyone about it because it's taboo back home. I know that we understand that you have no one to talk to, but we are here to encourage you and tell you that this is normal. There is nothing weird about you, there's nothing dirty about you. Yes, it's normal to feel scared, it's normal to have pains as well. Like, these are all normal things, and because they're unable to speak to people about it back home because it's taboo, I just want us to be those girls, those older sisters, and be like, hey girl, I got you. I just want you to retell your first period, like how you felt, because it's scary. And can you imagine like how scared they are? So I feel like if they have this resource and they read like 30 women from the other side of the world who similarly had a scary experience, it can feel like, oh, okay, this is normal, like to feel a bit anxious, to feel like, just have all of these different feelings, whatever those feelings were for you. We can tell these girls, look, this is normal and you're gonna be okay, because I don't know, maybe it's 10 years later, you're still having your periods and you're still fine. Like, you know, you've done it for 10 years now, you've done it for 20 years, you've done it for 5 years, and you know, it gets more normal. You get you know, more confident with it. And yes, I want it to encourage girls. I also want it to educate girls as well. And this is where the first few pages of the resource, the first few pages of the book, is going to be about the science behind periods. Like, where do they come from? What is happening? Why am I bleeding? Like, when that blood comes through, what is happening? What is happening to my body? Where is this blood coming from? It's going to detail the menstrual cycle in its entirety. This whole book, we're going to be educating girls throughout as well. So after every maybe 5 pages in the book, I'm going to put like a graphic of something to do with periods basically, and then I'm going to define it in English, and then I'm also thinking to define it in Swahili as well. The main essence of this is 1, educate, and we're going to do that with the first few pages of the book. Then it's going to be empower and encourage, and that's what we're going to do with the rest of the book, where we're just detailing our first times and saying, girls, it's okay, like these things are normal, what you're going through, and you as a result of this are normal as well. It's all of us around the world going through it. And I just think that would just be so encouraging, so empowering for them to just know that, to have access to this small little book. But it's so powerful because it tells them that they are not alone. And it's not that they're not alone in their communities or their countries, but literally across the globe. And that's why I say, if you menstruate, you just need to participate, because this is happening and this is getting shipped off. The criteria is super easy. It even rhymes. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you identify as. If you menstruate, you can participate. Or at least if you have menstruated in the past, then yeah, you can participate. The way in which you can submit your story is through a Google Forms sheet that I've created. There's also going to be prompts on the Google Forms as well. I'm going to ask you like, oh, how did you feel? You know, just like different prompts, just so you can get those creative juices flowing, you know what I mean? I don't think it will take too long. I don't anticipate it taking someone more than 5 to 10 minutes to do. By the 16th of April, I will need everyone to have submitted their story. What I'm going to do is basically have all of the information needed in the description box. Let's get together, let's encourage, let's educate, let's empower these girls, because one thing we are not going to do, and one thing we are actually tired of doing, is waiting on national governments to do things. We're going to do it ourselves. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Or at least that's what we're doing. Yeah. Any questions, let me know. I'll answer them. I look forward to this and I'm so excited. Thanks so much for watching, and also thank you for caring about this as well, to even click on the video. But yeah.